Sports are one of those things that no matter what walk of life you come from can have a positive effect on you. Action 12's Shay Schrader joins us in the newsroom. Shay, would you agree?
Yeah, Max, absolutely. And one Miami man is a shining example of that after taking a special trip provided by a certain Heisman Trophy winner. Dakota Berry was diagnosed with osteogenesis imperfecta, or brittle bone disease, as soon as he was born. A diagnosis that leaves him wheelchair-bound.
I've come to cope with it pretty well, but there are times where it does, it mentally affects me.
Dakota's condition has kept him from being able to do things like walk, run, or catch a ball. But that didn't stop him from falling in love with sports at an early age.
He found something that excited him and kept him going, and he has never looked back. I don't know anyone that I can honestly say knows more about sports than he does.
Among Dakota's favorite teams are the Oklahoma Sooners, of course, making him a Baker Mayfield fan. A few years back, Dakota actually got to meet the future quarterback of the Cleveland Browns personally at an OU basketball game.
I didn't just meet him for like 10 minutes. He was at the basketball game. He came down with the second half, and he sat down and talked to me for the entire second half.
That wasn't the last time Baker would personally put a smile on Dakota's face. A few weeks ago, the owner of an Instagram account called Angry Browns Fans connected Dakota with Baker and Emily Mayfield, who offered to send Dakota on an all-expense-paid trip to a Browns game.
I told my wife, I said, oh my gosh, what if they won't let me off for work? I have to quit. I can't not let him go. I can't not do that.
So, with all the arrangements made for him, Dakota and his father Mike headed out of Miami to Cleveland's First Energy Stadium to watch the Browns host the Steelers.
Baker was excited. He was pumped up. He was fist pumping, trying to get the crowd motivated. It was surreal. I've seen the stadium obviously many times on TV, but to be there is just, it's an amazing experience.
Wyatt Teller's wife coming up to sit with Dakota for a while, Emily herself coming up and 2 or 3 times. The whole experience was just watching his face. Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
The experience was something that neither Dakota or his father will ever forget, and one that they'll be forever grateful for.
The best way I can describe it is just a blessing. It means a lot to me. I just couldn't be happier.
How do you tell somebody how great they are for doing something that makes your son so happy? I mean, what do you do to repay that?
So, Max, interestingly enough, Dakota said that before the trip he was partially a Vikings fan, partially a Browns fan, but now he is fully a Browns fan, so it looks like the Vikings lost another one this season.
Well, too bad. Glad he could decide on a team after that experience. Thank you so much, Shay. Truly a very touching story.